To obey is better than sacrifice. Samuel got it right when he prophesied the word of the Lord to King Saul by scolding him for not telling his men to specifically obey God's command when pursuing their enemies. These soldiers took it upon themselves to assume they could loot anything that was left over, but God didn't give them permission to do this, and by not obeying the Lord, these men couldn't be trusted to carry out their superiors' commands. Can you be trusted by God, friend? Do you sometimes add icing to the cake God gave you that He intended to be consumed just as it is? It's really a matter of our trying to insert our own controls on God's agenda for our lives. We may sometimes think that God likes to micromanage and we just want to show initiative by thinking for ourselves. I can't tell you how many times growing up I've heard the notion that God gave us brains so we could think on our own, but the Bible is full of examples of those who tried to do just that and got themselves into a heap of trouble, including Moses, who was prevented from entering the Promised Land because he struck the rock instead of speaking to it to get water to come flowing out. You may ask, what difference does it make? Is it possible that the Lord knows things you don't? And aren't we all like little children in His eyes who aren't yet able to grasp the big picture? Often our arrogance at wanting to grow up too fast gets us ahead of ourselves. Godly humility comes from knowing your identity in Christ and not needing to impress anyone else, including God. Obedience is truly more pleasing to God than our well-intended sacrifices that often only seek to glorify ourselves.